Michigan Out of Doors Online is brought to you in part by Tri-County Logging. Experienced in sustainable forestry practices, Tri-County Logging can help you manage your property by keeping your woods healthy and generate income. Serving southern and mid-Michigan for nearly 50 years, TriCountyLogging.com. Well, hey everybody, welcome to Michigan Out of Doors. Thank you so much for joining us this week. We have got a lot of variety on this week's show. We're going to start by covering an ice fishing tournament on Cranberry Lake. And while I was there, I met some guys that were doing pretty good on Gull Lake for Smelt. So we're also going to have a Smelt fishing story on this week's show. And because we have so much variety here in the state of Michigan right now, Jordan Brown is going to take us on a goose hunt in southwest Michigan. So lots of good stories on this week's show. You stay tuned. I'm Jimmy Gretzinger. It's time for Michigan Out of Doors.
From the first spring rains to the soft summer breeze, dancing on the pine forest floor, the autumn colors catch your eyes. Here come the crystal winter skies. It's Michigan, Michigan out of doors.
What a beautiful day in the woods.
Someday our children all will see this is their finest legacy, the wonder and the love of Michigan. As the wind comes whispering through the trees, the sweet smell of nature's in the air. From the Great Lakes to the quiet stream, shining like a sportsman's dream. It's a love of Michigan we all share.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Country Smokehouse, a sportsman's meat processor and Michigan destination since 1988. Offers a variety of homemade smoked meats and Michigan-made products in-store and online. The Country Smokehouse features an outdoor barbecue and bar. Details at countrysmokehouse.com. By RBM Jigs, a Michigan-based company serving ice fishing anglers around the state and throughout the country. Specializing in ice fishing gear, RBM Jigs manufactures tungsten jigs, soft plastics, and much more. Online at lakeeffectlures.com. By AnglerQuest Pontoons. AnglerQuest is a Michigan-based company building boats designed for comfort and fishing functionality. For more information about the 2022 models, anglerquestpontoons.com. By Polarcraft Boats, offering riveted and welded boats for the outdoor enthusiast. Whether you're targeting fish or waterfowl, Polarcraft Boats have several models to choose from that keep you high and dry. For more information, polarcraft.com.
A week or so back found me on Cranberry Lake, just north of the town of Marne on the border of Kent and Ottawa counties. Well, the coolest part of the day so far was this drivable ice shack that I was getting a ride in. Dave gave me a quick tour.
A little bit about this shack. When did you build this thing?
15 years ago.
15?
Approximately.
Okay. And what's it made out of?
No, an old Ski-Doo Alpine trail groomer.
Okay. There were about 52-man teams on the ice as the day began, and as the sun rose, there were some small fish coming through the ice, but a few good ones as well.
Well, on our south side here, I got 18, and I'm sure Chad's got, it looks like they got more cars over there for sure, so we're probably at 50 teams maybe, so
awesome.
It's a really good show up. Nice.
And who's putting this on today?
Marne Conservation Club, right here in Marne, obviously. Little small club, nothing fancy, but we do a lot for the community and ice fishing, obviously, rabbit, catfish tournament,
nice.
Buck pole. So.
Okay, and what do you guys do with the money from this?
We pay back out and then obviously donate some to the club for the. That's how we make money on these a little bit. But then, just back to 1, 2, and 3, we'll get cash. We got a lot of donations from bait shops and restaurants and a lot of handouts when we get back to the club too. So.
Awesome. And tell me a little bit about this lake that we're on today.
So this is Cranberry Lake. You can see end to end, not too big. A lot of fun though. A lot of people call it Dead Sea for many years, but fishing's coming back, absolutely. We're catching perch, specks. We were on the camera 2 days ago and there was some carp in here. I never knew there was carp in here, but
wow.
There's fish in here. It makes for a good tournament. Gives a good equal playing field. But yeah, a lot of fun. Like to see kids out here too. So.
Ice fishing tournaments are a fun way for guys to fish new water. It gives you just one more little push to hit the water on a cold Saturday morning. And it was cold. It was 1 degree as the sun rose. But there was one place where it was nice and toasty, back in Dave and Carl's little shack. And they had some fish around them most of the morning.
Now, Carl, do you get to do this very often?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah?
Maybe every winter.
Okay.
This is my first time in a while, though. I've gone.
Nice.
Whenever we can talk him into it.
Yep.
Nice. What do you like about ice fishing?
Well, staying warm. And the excitement when we catch a fish and watching it on the camera.
Yeah, this is a pretty nice setup here.
It was not an easy bite today. Some guys were hitting them pretty good, but most were picking through small fish to find a nice one.
Uh-oh.
This looks like a bunch of troublemakers.
There, we'll show you a perch.
Did you get a good one? Oh, wow. Yeah. Really
Only one
nice.
so far. Well, actually, we've got 5 specks, but nothing of
Okay.
that size.
being generous and he put them back. Isn't this the fishing tournament? Oh, there he is. Nice crappie. That's a real good one. Yeah. That's a real good one. I'll take that, eh? Yeah. Let's see, probably close to 12, 11, somewhere in there. Probably 11. Right in the top of the lip there. Oh, good spec. Real good spec.
I made my way around the lake and found Chad Klein, the president of the club, who ran me through some of the rules today.
1-man limit of panfish, any species, so crappie, bluegill, and perch in this lake.
Okay.
The total weight, top 3 get a cash payout based on our income here today. And I guess the big fish includes pike on that as well. So most years, I think 3 of the 4 years have been a pike, and then 1 year it went to a crappie. So you never count it out, and make sure to bring your catch.
And tell me a little bit about the Marne Conservation Club. What do you guys do?
Marne Conservation Club is a group of guys that care about our community, care about our natural resources. Every day, for example, every day on Earth Day, we give out 300 to 400 pine and hardwood saplings to the public. You just show up, we hand them out with the condition that you promise to plant them. And again, just another way to restore our forests. We sponsor our charter organization, Boy Scout Troop 31. We do a buck pull every year on November 17th. It's free to the public. We like to call it the state championship because it's the last one, and we have the best prizes.
You guys got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, we're trying hard to give back to our community and promote hunting, fishing, and protecting our natural resources here. So,
Well, thanks for all that you do.
I appreciate that, and we appreciate what you do too.
So the only thing cooler than a drivable ice shack is maybe, 2 drivable ice shacks. These things are really cool to see.
What about your shack there? When did you build it?
I built it 2 years ago, but then we moved, and I didn't have all the bugs out of it or anything, and it just really started working on it again this year. Got it more or less finished up. It's got to be tweaked a little more, but it's awesome to fish out of. You just turn the thermostat up. We usually put it around 80. That way your beer's better. And it works really, really good.
And what's it built on? What was that?
It's an aluminum. It's all aluminum, so it's quite lightweight.
These things were actually really nice to fish out of, and once again, I am amazed at what sportsmen and women can come up with. So with things starting to wind down, I made my way south to the Marne Conservation Club for the end of the tournament. There was food and, of course, the weigh-in, where each team could weigh in one legal limit of 25 fish. Most did not have 25 to weigh in, but some sure did. A few nice pike were taken as well, and as the results came in, everybody piled inside to hear the winning weight.
Was first place for $200, combined weight of 14 pounds. We have Brian and Brian backing. Both.
Thanks to all the guys who put this on, to the sponsors of the event, and all the folks who fished in the tournament today. It was just a perfect way to spend a day here in Michigan's Out of Doors. Well, as you can see, we had a lot of fun at that ice fishing tournament, thanks to everyone that was involved in that. And while I was there, I actually met a family that does pretty good smelt fishing on Gull Lake. So just a few days after the ice fishing tournament, I headed south and we really got into the smelt.
We're out on Gull Lake and we're smelt fishing.
Yeah, and how deep of water are we in?
We are in 80 foot of water right now.
And how do you pick a spot? How do you know where to fish out here?
You try to go where nobody else is. They've been biting really good in that 70 to 100 foot range. But the best place to be is just a little ways away from the group. If you get in the group, it thins them out a little bit. So we like to get just outside them, so that when the school comes in, they kind of stay around your light. It makes for, a little better fishing. So yeah, we're, like I said, 80 foot of water, and hopefully it's a good spot.
First one of the night?
First one of the night. And an RBM jigs.
That's what they look like, eh?
Yep.
Nice.
That is a rainbow smelt. Perfect eating size.
Smelt fishing is really fun when it's good, and a light under the ice sure does seem to help.
The lights, originally when we started 15 years ago or so, a friend of mine, Todd Barron, had a white, like a tail light for a car that we put in a jar, and he put it in the water. So we started doing that with white lights underwater. And what it does is it brings in the zooplankton. And you'll see that as the night goes on, the water will get hazier and hazier. The smelt will come up to that and hang in that cloud of zooplankton, and we fish right in that cloud and catch the smelt. At least that's the plan, anyways.
And how many hooks can you have on a line?
You can have 6 hooks on a line here in Michigan, whether it be 3 poles, 2 hooks each, or 1 pole with 6 hooks. The more hooks you get, the more chance you get of hooking on the edge of the ice as you bring it through. And these smelt, they will get off instantly if you give them a little slack. So I'm running 5, my daughter's running 5, I think Brian's running 3, my dad's got 4, so we're kind of covering our bases here. But I find 5 works well with me, and I have them about 6 inches apart,
Okay.
and it seems to work best.
As we got set up and the fish started to arrive, I had Chris talk a little bit about how he got started fishing and how he got into ice fishing.
Obviously, Dad got me into fishing way back when. Smelt fishing in particular was, I saw a post online, a buddy of mine from high school was doing it, called him, and he started us off, and we went from there. Met a lot of good guys out here that gave us some more information. Phil Sitar, who's out here tonight, he's given me a lot of good information over the years, and we just kind of molded our technique off from a lot of different, bits and pieces of information. And this is where we are now, and I'm sure it'll change as the years go on, but this is where we are at the moment.
Haley was out fishing everyone tonight, and we were on smelt pretty much the entire night. I had Chris talk a little bit about what a good night is out here on Gull Lake.
Good night. Last week was out here, I had 216.
Wow.
So, and we were packing up by like 11 o'clock, and normally the bite starts just after dark. So it was a really good night. When they're in, and they've been in for the last few weeks now. So it's been a good fishery for us.
And once they start, it kind of is pretty steady, or
it gets very steady. It'll go. The flashers will go from completely black, nothing on there, a few flashes, and then it'll be lit up from the top all the way down to 70 feet. It'll be solid fish. And you can see them directly under the ice. It's a good time. We have fun. It's great to bring the kids out. because they can see the fish, they can catch the fish. It's a fast-paced fishing where there's always something going on those good nights. So we enjoy it, especially bringing new people out here.
One thing I love about ice fishing, especially when you have a full house like we did tonight, is the conversations that come up. And no matter where you're at, things usually dissolve into deer hunting stories.
So we were in this ground blind, and light came up, and I'm shooting a 12-gauge boat action with a little flip iron sight on it, and this nice, I forgot what mine was, 5 or 6 point came out.
Oh, yours 8 point.
And I shot that, and I had my son take my gun, and I turned on around the other side. Real big deer came out. That was what, 14 point or something?
No, it was a 9, but it was a 5-year-old
real big
deer.
deer.
It was
We
huge.
had a hard time lifting it up into the trunk of the car.
Yeah, that was the biggest deer I've ever shot, body-wise. I mean,
That was his first deer. So
that was my first deer.
He went
That's what
downhill
I
from
thought
there.
it was going to be. From like, nothing to this. Yeah, and then when he walked out to go get the car to pick up the deer, the guy on the other end of the property, he shot a deer while they were standing there talking. So
Yeah,
we all had
right-
bucks by
right out in the open
8:30 in the morning. All three of us had shot a
right out in
buck.
an open hayfield, and this deer comes from the other end and runs right by us.
You know, I'm thinking there
We
is
shot
nothing.
that one.
Deer hunting's easy.
So in a half hour, we had 3 deer already.
However, I was shortly schooled that it is not that easy.
That was a big deer.
I think I got double.
You do have a double.
Nice double. I want someone to get a triple. When are we gonna get a triple?
Well, they had that spring. Oh yeah, bang.
Jeez, Ellie.
47.
I'm seeing where this episode's leaning towards now.
That was gonna be the start.
Well, this Wednesday night on Gull Lake couldn't have gone any better. The fish were in the entire time, and the action was fast and furious, and the company, well, it could not have been any better. If you'd like to try your hand at smelt fishing, there are a handful of inland lakes that have smelt, with Higgins Lake probably being the most popular. But wherever you can, get out and try it. You don't need a lot of special gear, and when it's on, well, it's as much fun as you want to have here in Michigan's Out of Doors.
Well, we wrap up this week's show way down in southern Michigan, where I was able to tag along with a group of goose hunters taking advantage of the late season. The goal for this particular hunt was to give back to those who spend a lot of their time trying to get others into the outdoors. Hopes were high as we had a couple of inches of fresh snow on a field that was full of geese the day before.
Hey folks, my name is Ryan Bowman with Rain Guided Outdoors. Today we're down in southwest Michigan for the late Michigan goose season. As of the scout yesterday, we have a heavy 800 geese here in the field. Looks like what we end up doing with the spread today is we end up mimicking exactly what we saw yesterday. You want to, like during late season, you want to use a lot of sleeper shells, but you also want to keep everything spread out and keep the decoys grouped up, but also you got to make sure that you mimic what you end up seeing with the geese, with the live geese in the field the day before. But we got a heavy southwest wind, 15 to 25 miles an hour, and we should definitely have a really good day, see a lot of birds, have quite a bit of opportunities. But you know, I'm excited to spend time with all these guys out in the field today, show our appreciation to the guys that put in a lot of work for our state. It's the most important thing for our sport and definitely for outdoorsmen across the country. But I'm excited.
I think we were all thinking the same thing as the morning got started, that we wished it was duck season. But the geese weren't far behind, and before we knew it, we had our first group working its way in.
Guys, be careful shooting on the right. Just let the guys on the left do
Alright, good. Put your guns down, safety's on.
Well, that was kind of fun.
Good way to start the morning, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Wish we could have gotten all four, but those are nice.
They jumped up, and it's hard for me to get out of this blind, but
You look pretty comfortable in there.
yeah, I get it between wings.
I think these three are working us again.
Shoot the single.
No, right now we're seeing plenty of birds. We got probably good 300-400 that's coming around the area. Well, that's coming in the field right now, but when they get out in front of us, I want to say about like 60 yards, they start skirting out to the right and to the left of us. So, I mean, we're right where they want to be today, but it's a little frustrating that just how it goes. It's late season geese, so. With how early season and regular season have been, everyone's been chasing after these birds. I mean, they've been getting their butts whooped through the entire state, all the way down to us, and got a group of geese right here.
Shoot that single, shoot that single. Nice shot.
So we're kind of on that line where the snow and rain is kind of switching off and on, and right now we're in rain, and so that's kind of giving us some troubles with our hide. It's melting the snow away, so we're kind of in a tricky spot, but we were hoping that the snow would have stuck around a little bit longer and given us that good hide. I think we would have done better on harvest. But yeah, it's crazy to have this kind of rain in mid-February. So we're hunting down in southwest Michigan with Ryan Bowman, and we kind of talked about this hunt earlier in the season. We wanted to put together a hunt where we could, us group of guys that are out there all season kind of teaching other people how to hunt and doing conservation work and things like that. We wanted to get them all together and just kind of have a fun time here in the late season. So we've got guys from Michigan United Conservation Clubs here, National Wild Turkey Federation, some people involved with our R3 program, so recruitment, retention, and reactivation, and just out here to have a fun time. And we had a lot of birds working us. They just didn't want to commit, but it's been a fun day, and just an opportunity to share fellowship with these guys has been a blast.
There we go.
Well, what do you think?
That was amazing. That was super fun. Finally got them to come in. It was a great opportunity.
How many birds do you think we've seen this morning?
I think we've seen somewhere between like 600 to 800 birds this morning coming in. It's just an amazing spectacle to watch, so it's been a lot of fun.
Well, the weather conditions were less than ideal, but we made the most of it, and it was still a great day to be in the field here in southern Michigan. Special thanks to Ryan and Corey for inviting me down, and for everyone on hand for all that they do to get others into the outdoors.
Well, hey everybody, thank you so much for watching Michigan Out of Doors this week. Make sure you are joining us over the next several weeks. We've got a trip to the Upper Peninsula planned, northern Michigan. We just did a sit-down kind of a roundtable discussion with a bunch of charter boat captains. We're sitting down with the big game specialists of the DNR to talk about deer. So lots of brand new stuff coming over the next several weeks. And if we don't see you in the woods or on the water, hopefully we'll see you right back here next week on your PBS station.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by.
Do you dream of somewhere bigger than your backyard? You can get there with Greenstone. Whether you want to hunt, fish, hike, or just watch the sunset, we're ready to help you own your place in the great outdoors. To learn more, visit greenstonefcs.com.
By Alta Equipment Company, providing sales, rentals, service, and parts because uptime matters. From earth moving to landscaping and light construction, Alta offers over 50 brands across 7 Michigan locations to serve you. More information online or 844-GO, the number 2, Alta. By Showspan, producing consumer shows including Outdoorama, February 24th through 27th at Novi's Suburban Collection Showplace. The show features tackle, trips, boats, outfitters, the trout pond, and of course, Big Buck Night. That's Outdoorama in Novi.
Closed captioning provided by Marvo Mineral, makers of Lucky Buck, deer management products including minerals to supplement deer diets year-round to improve health and antler growth.
When I wander far away, a dream stays with me night and day. It's the road that leads to my home state. I am a Michigan man. Changing seasons paint the scene like rainbow trout in a hidden stream. The white-tailed deer in the tall pine trees. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hands. Lord above, I love this land. I am a Michigan man. From the Keweenaw down to St. Joe, Kalamazoo, east to Monroe, to St. Marie and back again. I am a Michigan man. I am a Michigan man. Ask where I'm from and I'll show you my hands. Lord above, I love this land. I am a Michigan man. Ah, Michigame, win when it's stung. I say I'm say when in wegam when manani. I'm not my Anish Navik. Anish Navik.